Hey there, friends. Bear with me while I'm just dealing with technology. Ah, Maria here. I just wanted to make a video about inner child, because it is an energy that I have been deeply connecting with for a couple of years, well, a few years since being on this conscious healing journey. And what I'm noticing now is I'm actually shifting into embodiment of it. And what I mean by that is, our inner child carries a lot of wounds, right? Um, and a lot of us, when we're doing trauma work, have to go back and revisit a lot of that. And so that's what I've been doing now for about 8 years is this like deep trauma work, and really reconnecting with my inner child in that way, which has been beautiful. But as with everything, there's a polarity to that. And thankfully, there's also the other side of our inner child that was excited and curious and joyful and playful, right? And that is what I've been more or less starting to embody really this last year, actually. And it kind of started with dating my boyfriend, who is 10 years younger than me. And I knew one of the big reasons I mean, there's a million reasons I'm attracted to him, but one of the biggest things, like in his energy, that I was drawn to was this childlike innocence to a degree, right? This inner child that looks at the world with bright eyes and positivity and excitement, even though he sees and is aware of the darkness. He chooses to embody this like youthful, happy energy. And like, how do you not love that, right? So, and he's a reflection of the energy I was like attempting to embody these last few years, and especially in my former marriage. I was with someone who was 15 years older than me. So wild, right? I've gone from one end of the spectrum to the other, but it's so cool because it's like allowed me to just have so many different perspectives of age. And it is one of the things that I have kind of put into an intention to break the illusion of is age and time, right? So it's just really cool that I've gotten to be on both ends of the spectrum with the partners I've chosen in my life. And so it's beautiful, right? But this innocent, excited child self of mine that I was really attempting to embody these last couple of years, every time I did, in my marriage, it was shamed, literally. Literally, it was shamed. And basically told to calm down, right? Literally all the things that happened to that inner child when that child was a child, by many people, right? And that's just part of the programming in our society. So, flash forward to now. Now, for almost a year, um, I've been my current partner, who's just all love. And yeah, that I have him to thank, I know, for being feeling safe, I should say, um, to embody this aspect of me. This because also understand that embodying our inner child is so important when we want to create. It is the part of us that creates. And when I say creates, it creates like free of limitations, free of doubt, free of fear, right? Because as kids, fear is something that's conditioned into us and programmed into us from the world, from our parents. And then we have life experiences that further validate and or amplify those fears, right? But our original sort of blueprint as a kid is like high source energy, honestly. That's why kids are so tuned in, tapped into the other side till about 7 years old is what studies show. And that resonates with me when you think about, going to school and the heavy program really starts then. So I say all of this because my inner child is alive right now in my body. And wow, is it totally like different energy than I don't know, than what I've been experiencing, I guess. Like, because I can feel the shift in me. And when I went on this Mexico trip with my boyfriend and his family, and there was extended family there and friends, there was a lot of kids there. And I did share like a post about how they were such medicine for me in so many ways. Because I've had had like a fear of kids for a long time in my life, I guess. And I know what it all comes from. Watch my other videos, you'll inner understand. Don't need to talk about that now, but I've had this like, I just heard the word disconnect. Wow, from kids because there was a disconnect from my inner child. Um, and I had a lot of trauma as a baby and a child that created all of these sort of limitations, right, within my life. And this wall that I had up to kids. And I've never wanted kids in this lifetime. And ironically, kids have always been super drawn to me forever. And it used to drive me nuts. But on this vacation, all of that changed for me. And I sat 4 hours with one, two, three, four, about five kids. Wow, that's a powerful number because five is change. I fucking love. I love life. I love all this. I love energy. I love being able to understand the meaning of everything. It's just, but so I spent like my first full day on vacation sitting on a beach with like five kids and sharing with them what it is that I do as a shaman and tapping into their past lives and just like allowing them to be curious and allowing myself to be a wide open book, free of shame and fear of what they might think about what I do. And it was such a beautiful healing experience for me. And I have those kids to thank so much. Like they don't even know what they brought into my life on that day. And then I had a dream that night that gave me an idea for this next little like side business I'm creating that segues off of branches, but embodies all of the intention and energy and creativity that branches does because it's an aspect of me, right? And so when you are your brand, it's pretty badass because you can um use that brand in so many limitless ways. And my inner child is just like on this high right now and showing me of like how I can really embody her as probably one of my most potent medicine woman aspects. And it's wild to even think about that because this little business that I'm creating, and I say little because I'm purposely starting it small, even though I'm stepping into small no more energy. Um, I'm just being guided. I won't say small, I'm starting it simple, I guess, because my higher self has really been dropping a lot of messages in recently about my next action steps with whatever it is that I'm creating and co-creating with people is to like keep it simple because I have big visions for the future, as many of us do, right? Those of us that really want to start building intentional communities, right? Like there is a lot of work um, and a lot of big kind of action steps that need to be taken to create that big vision. But I also know that when you start your foundation intentionally and very simply, it's easier to build the bigger vision. And that has been a message that continues to come in for the last 2 years for me. And it keeps getting a little bit fine-tuned, but the core of the message is the same. And it's like, look, you know what the big vision is. You already see it, you feel it, you know it's in the ethers, it's in the quantum realm, it's in this reality. But you also know that in order to really manifest that in the physical, you need to manifest that for yourself first and build your own unity within your own vessel. So to me, that's really marrying my feminine and masculine energy to come in together as full union before I can externally create communion, right? Community. Um, and I mean, that's really the guidance for all of us, if anybody wants to, take it. It's because there's so many of us that have the big vision downloaded into us of these conscious, loving communities. And I keep seeing a lot of starting and stopping of this, and I fully understand why that's all happening. Um, but again, the message is to come back home to self first and really build that intention, that community within your own vessel first. And so that's being able to embrace all aspects of yourself, right? And my inner child that was traumatized, um, she's fucking healing. Like, fuck yeah. Because now the inner child that was excited about a lot of things when she was young and curious, she's like in my body now. Like, I can feel her and she is creating. And again, I go back to the Mexico trip to thank all of the kids that were there that helped me like drop my guard around that kid like energy. And so I had a dream that night after I hung out with them all day that dropped in this very simple idea of like what my little my next my side business is. And I don't even want to say little and small because I don't mean it in a derogatory way where in the past like that was derogatory for Sam and I, like that making ourselves small and allowing people to make us small and put us in boxes. Like this is simple, but just like me, like I have a little avatar, but I have big fucking energy, like big fucking energy. And like this baby I'm birthing is perhaps a small vessel, but it's got big energy. And how could it fucking not? It's me, right? Um, and I'm like just so excited. And I come on to like share that excitement because I know like a lot of my videos I make are real, right? And they're in my feels. And a lot of it is shadow stuff because I am a shadow worker, but I'm also a light worker because they're one and the same in my world. And so I'm just like pumped to like get on and actually like share this energy. And I'm sharing it too because I want you all to think back to when you were a kid and an idea that you had, or just a passion or a hobby, something that you just loved doing and literally could see yourself doing that like the rest of your life, right? Or making money from doing it, right? And sharing that idea with someone. And I'm sure most of us can relate to being kids and having these big, like grandiose ideas that sound crazy. And people tell you that. People tell you you can't make a living off that. That's not going to be successful. Oh, that's a cute hobby. That's a cute idea. But what are you really going to do like for a career, right? Like all of the very logical, rational, fear-based thinking, because that's what that is, right? It's fear-based. We can call it logical if we want, because it is. It's coming from the logical minds, but it's fear-based programming. Can you imagine if you were a kid and like someone empowered that for you instead, empowered you to create that? right? Because that's what I'm jumping on to do right now. If you have a wild, crazy idea that you're like, but you can feel it in your body as passionate and excitement, don't ignore that. Like, don't. Because when I'm finally ready to share what my next business is, and it's going to come soon for the rest of the world. I mean, a lot of my people already know because that's how I am when I get excited. I share it with people that I know are going to like support it and amplify the energy of excitement that I have, right? And but I'm also aware that in sharing it, there's going to be the naysayers that come in, right? The doubters, and that's cool. I'm cool with that. I'm at a point where like I trust me, and even if this business doesn't like make me millions of money, that's not my intention at all. Like, but I just know it's going to be successful. Like I can literally feel it. And it's just beautiful because it's intertwined with branches. It's intertwined with everything Sam and I do. And she has Joy Code as her second business. And all I can tell you right now is my second business is embodying that same mentality, that same energy. But it's just delivered a little bit differently because that's the yin yang sisters that we are. So I'm really just like, again, I'm on here to amp up myself, but amp up any of you out there that are ready to start something new in your life. But the only thing stopping you are those little fears and doubts and naysayers, like including your own mind, right? Because I can tell you, since this all dropped into me in Mexico and I've shared it with a few people, there were a couple like receivings of it initially that like weren't super on the same wavelength as me, I'll be honest. And that little doubting part of my mind started to slowly creep in and was like, wait, is this a stupid idea? Like, is this dumb? But I was aware of it as soon as it came in. And I was like, no, it is not. Like, this is such a badass idea. And even if it ends up being nothing, I am sure the fuck gonna have so much fun creating it in the meantime. And that's what's cool about it. Like, that's why I really know it's my inner child stepping forward to do this because she has no like attachment to it. She has no, not even an expectation, but she has visions of it and she has trust in it. And she's just fucking so excited to do it and bring it to all of you. So if nothing else, people tap into your inner child, that the part of the inner child that is not traumatized, that does see the world with bright eyes and bushy tails. I don't know why I said that, but I did. But seriously, connect with that aspect of your inner child and ask he or she, what did he or she love doing? What did he or she like imagine themselves doing as an adult? Or not even thinking about being an adult and doing it because like that's not even like a thought for us kids until someone like implants it into us, right? Like, what do you want to be when you grow up? Oh God, Sam and I have a whole podcast on that. So check it out. Shamanic Soul Sisters podcast. It's already 3 years old, which is wild to me. No worries, because she and I are going to be starting a new one again. Um, but such fucking wisdom and medicine in there, even though it's like 3 years old. Um, ourselves 3 years ago were pretty spot on with a lot of stuff. So, but we do have a whole podcast about that. Like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And it's like, again, look at how the conditioning and the labels start so fucking early. And so that's why we all think we have to like go to school and get these like degrees to get a high paying, successful job and a 401k and retirement and all that, matrix stuff. And then we realize we're miserable, right? And so, yo, if you could create something from your childhood in this here and now, what the fuck would it be? What lights you up? What excites you? I don't care how crazy. Like, honestly, to me, like the crazier, the better. Because look at this world that we're in. It's a crazy world. And what they say is normal, I'm over. Like, I'm over whatever the fuck normal is. And I'm like tapping into my crazy creative side. And I'm just so pumped to share that with you guys and bring that energy into this space and bring it into the badass membership that Sam and I are also co-creating right now. I'm creating a lot of fucking stuff right now, and there's not one part of me that feels stressed about it because it's literally everything I'm choosing to do. No one's making me do this. I am my boss. How fucking cool is that? It's freedom. It's freedom. And I'm saying all of this because you can be successful in anything you do when you're coming from heart-centered energy, compassion, and passion. It's like, dude, you can't not be successful. When you understand and understand that literally everything in this realm is energy, and when you embody the energy, trust and love and excitement and curiosity and belief in yourself, like how can you not be successful? Right? So I don't know. Dream it up. Like do a meditation where you connect with your inner child. Sam and I have a ton of them. So reach out if you need like a specific one, but everything's intention. Just put on some kind of music that helps you just ground into your body and sort of tone out the rest of the world. And ask your inner child, what do you want to create right now? What do you still want to create in this life that you haven't fully expressed yet? Because dudettes, whatever, um, our inner children are trying to be expressed and they're trying to be expressed. And a lot of that comes out in projection kind of energy, shadow energy, if we're not aware of that inner child's voice, right? But how beautiful it is, like to do the shadow work and do the trauma work and hold that scared, wounded little child and simultaneously nurture he or she. So now they feel safe in our body to do everything he or she wanted to do when we were a kid, right? That either someone told us not to, someone told us it wasn't safe, someone told us it wasn't going to be successful. We shouldn't do that. We shouldn't think like that. Like, blah, 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 blah. No more. Like, no more of that bullshit. There's literally nothing any single one of us cannot do. We're limitless, but we have to acknowledge all of the limiting beliefs and the programming that tell us otherwise. So I'm here to tell you that even though this business hasn't fully manifested yet in the physical, but it is happening fast. Why? Because my inner child is like, it's go time. It's go time. This is not like you sit and think about it kind of thing. This is you start taking the action steps. And I already have. I already have the LLC. Like I did it yesterday. I already have the LLC registered. I already have everything I need to do to start it. Except for one course I have to take. And I already signed up for that. So I'm just waiting for the course materials. So it's literally like it's go time. Like I'm not doing this. And that's how I know my inner child is in me right now, because the adult self will still tend to like micromanage it and do it the smart way, and do it logically. And my inner child's like, fuck that. Okay. There's enough of that in you already that operates through life and keeps you grounded. But now, like, this part of me wants to fucking go and express and create. And I'm just so excited because I don't think. I feel and I know in a sense that it's going to create a container for a lot of my other friends that are connecting with their inner child parts and stepping into beautiful forms of expression through art and music. Um, and I feel like this space that I'm going to create with what I'm doing is going to empower them to also start shining. Small no more, people. Small no more. Even though our inner child, the avatar, is small, we have big fucking energy in them. We're big energy. Use it, own it, love it, create from it because it's fucking powerful. So love your inner child. Stop shaming he or she. They're not dumb. They're not naive. They're not, um, just stop shaming them because, oh dear God, that energy of shame and guilt runs deep and it has done a lot of disservice to our inner children. And it's time to save the children, right? It is time to save the children. And that starts with reclaiming our own. So I love ya and let's play. Peace.